Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another interview where owners are willing to share their time and their experiences with us and tell us about their success and how they got there. Today, I'm extremely excited, although I was thinking when I was going to say that, I'm extremely excited about every owner I interview, but I do believe lately that's been because I've been in their offices and every owner is so unique. But what is unique about Gemma today is the fact that she really is my first rags to riches story. And I always have every owner start out by telling us a little bit about their background. And I'm hoping that Gemma, I do not want to say too much, but I'm hoping Jenna is willing to share with us her rags to riches background because it truly is amazing. So a little bit about your background and your educational background, and welcome, Gemma.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And Gemma, where are you
Okay.
from?
So let's start with that. I'm from the Philippines. I'm half Filipino, half Chinese, so there's a lot of entrepreneur in my blood. Um, Moved here in Georgia probably 25 years ago with my husband who was in the Navy. Uh, we came back here after a failed business that we entered or we went to we started in the Philippines. We started a business over there. It's an export import business. Unfortunately, we're very, very inexperienced and young back then. Not anymore. We didn't know what we were doing, so the business failed in the first year of that story. Just 1 year, we were down. Everything, we lost everything. I came back here with just boxes and start over again. So my husband went to school. I went to school. I work in the daycare, so I can help him out. And he works in construction, any job that he can find, so that we can start over again. And we did. I had a friend that she's cleaning houses for a living, and she said to me, "Hey, why don't you come with me, and I'll give you one house." I started with one house, and I saw that there's something in the business, and I said to myself, I will not. I can go in the business without knowing anything about business, of course. But because we had a failed business, it wasn't really an education. It was failed from the get go. Um, so I told my husband I want to go back to school, and he was going to school already when I went back to school. So we're all going to school. Me, my kids, my husband. We did that for. I was in school for 5 years to get a college education. Then with my husband, he was doing his master's degree, and it was really tough, really, really tough. But you know what? We survived, and that schooling helped me a lot because there's a different side of being in business. You have to know, you have to be school educated and street smart. I know I can survive with just street smart, but it's so much harder. But if you have, you're educated in the university, there's a foundation there that will help you. So to me, that's very, 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 very important, and it helps me with the business and also joining organization like the ARCSI, meeting a lot of coaches like you, Sharon, have helped a lot because we are able to survive the hard times and learn from experience from other coaches and other business owners. So it was
Well,
a
let me
lot.
bring it back to when you graduated from college, was that in 2010? And why did you start a cleaning service instead of getting a corporate job like many college graduates do?
I I graduated in 2006, and I had like 4 years not to do much, trying to when you're an alien in this country. Back then, I could not. You come from a family where you're not allowed to talk to someone educated. You're not encouraged. You have a very low self-esteem. So I don't know what to do. I was working in the daycare from time to time, trying to make some money, uh, get some other odd jobs, like mostly babysitting. You know, Tried to work with my husband. It didn't work out. And it's really really just not for me. I just can't work in a setting where I can sit all day and just follow someone's business or work for someone. I just can't do that. So for 4 years, I'm like, okay, whatever, what I'm gonna do with my life, right? But I can see that there's something in the cleaning because I'm doing it not full time, not like the other cleaning company owners that have been doing it for as a job for them before they become a business owner. I wasn't doing that. I was not really into it until 2010, where I'm like, oh my God, there is something here. This is really something that I can grow in. I can earn a living and make something for my kids. And that's when I saw it in 2010. And that's when I first hired my first employee, and we cleaned together.
So you now have in 8 years 201 repeat clients,
hmm hmm
15 full-time cleaners. You don't use any part-time cleaners.
No, no more part time.
Okay. Okay.
They're all
Well,
full time now, all
about
of
that,
them.
why don't you tell us why you are not using part-time cleaners?
It's hard. Part-time cleaners is just really ruin your scheduling for me. I mean, not all would say that, of course not. A lot of business owners, they you make your own choices. Like for me, part-timers can come in 3 days a week, or it just disrupts the whole scenario when we make scheduling. You know, like I would say, okay, I have 15 today because my part-timers are going to show up, and then they're not going to show up, and then you mess up because you already counted them as part of the number for the day, and then they would not show up, or the client would say I want so and so, but the cleaner would say I can come this day, I cannot come next week, or I can come this week, I can cannot. It's just I didn't work. It just didn't work for us. So I
Now,
told
let me
my
ask you, in this
mhm.
tight market of employees, have you found it difficult to find? Do you think it's easier to find full-time or part-time employees, or no difference? What do you think?
Full time. I have a lot of applicants full time. From the get go, I never have a lack of finding part timers. Most of the applicants that we got are looking for full time work. Nothing I can do about it.
You have 7 teams, two
Uh
on a
huh.
team. Is that the way you're operating?
Yes, two supercars. Yes,
So who is the extra person? That makes 14.
Maritza. Maritza. She just started. Yeah,
Okay.
Maritza.
Okay. You have company cars. They are beautiful cars.
Mm-hmm.
You have one office manager and one office assistant. What is their difference in their roles?
Melissa, she doesn't even want to be called office manager. She's an overall all around girl.
Okay.
um, she's there like almost like 12 hours a day, just because she's very responsible. She's almost taking care of everything when I'm not there. From scheduling to answering the phones, receivable, collection. She do all of those things. And Nicole, she's an office assistant. She does a lot of work orders, putting it together and getting it settled from clients. Like some of the clients will have expiration for credit cards, or will forget to write a check. That's what she does. Between the two of them, they help each other run the office. Now, Angelica, she's our newly installed because of you, promoted office operation manager. Solely her job is to take care of our employees, make sure that they follow our system and do their job well, so that we don't get complaints or damages. That's where Angelica comes in. And like in the morning, she has to make sure everybody goes they're in their car by 8 o'clock. Everybody's out. And if they have a problem with any houses, they will relate it to her, and she'll come in. If it's something that I need to be there, she will tell me. If I don't have to be there, she'll fix it. Between her and Melissa, they'll fix it.
So, Gemma, why are you working 50 hours a week?
Okay. I love that question. You know why? Because I like for and everybody or anyone out there to hear why. Um, I discovered that I love marketing. How I discovered that was really pretty weird because when we had a meeting with other cleaning companies, three of us, you asked us how many clients do I have and how many in my database I have, and I said to you 200 something. I was kind of embarrassed about that, because hey, you've been in business for 8 years and you only have 200 clients. That's kind of really not good, right? And then I keep thinking to myself, that's not right. There's something wrong here. And you insisted to look in my Made Easy, which is um, my previous scheduling system. And I'm like, okay, I did. And then I could not find it. We went to QuickBook. That's when it clicked to me that it's there. So I went back. I kept digging and digging. Oh my God, we have almost 2,000 clients out. And from there, I called my current scheduling provider, the customer factor. He walked me to how do I dig that from where it was like 5 years ago, and we found it. And from there, every week since starting March, when we finished my session with you, since March, I started learning to do an email, which is a very, very personal email that I send my clients. I can hire HubSpot and any other like Salesforce to do it for me, but I didn't want to do that. I do it myself every week on the dot between 9 and 10 on the dot. I would send my
On
current
what day?
clients
On what day, Gemma?
Tuesday, every Tuesday, because based on my research through Google, every Tuesday between 8 and 10 is the best time to send an email. That is where people will open their email every Tuesday between 8 and 10. And it also says that you have to use the word hi or hello so they would open your email. The likelihood of your email being open because it's very personal, it's not selling anything, is so much higher. So I've been doing that. So from March, April, May, I started seeing the change. From March to April, by May, oh my God. I mean, it's really generating a lot of buzz for us now. Google now is insisting on us to be verified, which we did with them. Groupon is calling us. They want us to put our name with them. I said no. Amazon, before they start hiring employees, can start coming to us. So, and Google is still waiting for us because they want me to start advertising with them. They're giving me a really good deal just because they're chasing us. They want us to start advertising with them, and they're giving us a really good deal. I told them, though, unfortunately, I don't have enough employees to handle the job. So that's the thing. That is from the conversation that I had with you, with the other two cleaning companies, because back then I thought I only had 200 clients. So now it's more than 2,000 that I send every week. And from that, people that we have not heard in 2 years, 3 years. Oh my God, they start calling. The phone is ringing. In May, that was the best year so far. So we're starting to climb up the ladder, which is really nice.
Well, you've done an amazing job, yes, because when I was there in March, you were at 179 repeat clients, doing about 750,000 in revenue, correct? And did you not tell me that you're now on the mark for $1 million this year in revenue?
Well, we're gonna right now we're on the march to hit that. Probably it's gonna be, well, we don't know by November and December because those are the highest where you can climb higher. But so we're looking at between 850 950.
That's great. Oh, you
It's
got to be a
it's not,
950. You can do a million.
we're
You can do a million. Without
I
a
I
doubt.
I think so. I think so. If we have enough in the 8 teams in by calculation, and with 150 per cleaning, we are gonna be able to hit it. I
Well,
mean,
I
it's
think you will too.
amazing.
I think you will too. So you were, like I said, you were obviously hitting it, and in 8 years, that is hats off because we've been around enough cleaning companies to know there's people in business 25, 30 years that are just hitting a million, and so amazing. Um, you went to conventions. You're on, by the way, congratulations. You're on the ARCSI board, executive board, as a matter of fact. So you're very well connected. You rub shoulders with people. You've been to seminars. What was still missing after 8 years? What were you looking for? Why did you bring me into your office?
That's a good question.
Who talked you into this?
Yeah. I've hired so many coaches before. I started from the very beginning. I always believe that having someone that knows the business, um, educated experience, holding your hands, well, it's actually a really advantage for business owners, and which I believe that every money that you want to make, you have to spend money to get there, to get where you are, and you need someone to help you. So I by having those other coaches, I learned from them, but it's not like a hands-on. Let me go to your office and show you. It's not the same. So what you did was coming to our office. We had a system already, but it was broken. We had a system already, but it needed to be better. It needed to be uh, appreciated by my employees, or it needed to be shown to our employees, which you did. Because just by me talking, they don't really see it. By you coming to them and saying, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, it becomes credible. You see, it's the credibility that coming from you as a coach, experienced coach that's been in this business forever ago. Help. You see, they know that I know the cleaning, yes, but there's a proper way of doing it efficiently so that as a business owner, you will see that you're not wasting that time that you're giving your employees, and they're not wasting their time doing things that is not efficient. So by you coming in, putting that in our system makes our system better, save us money, and made our employees really appreciate the job. They become professional. You know, I when you hear me on the phone, hey, my name is Gemma. I'm the owner of Rejoice Maids. How many how many professional cleaners you want me to send into your home? I do not use the word, how many maids do you want? No, I would say we have two professional cleaners that will come in to clean your home. We have three professional cleaners that will serve you. How can we help you?
So, Gemma,
I
what's the
prefer to
difference
them.
between a professional cleaner and a maid?
Professional cleaners have been to educational training, and knows that their time is valuable. They have to act and talk like a professional. Just a maid coming into your house. I'm actually gonna do a video on that. Um, just a professional. I mean, just a maid coming in. It's like someone that just pick up a rag, a vacuum, and say, "Hey, I can clean your house." My professional cleaners went to a rigorous training with a professional coach, which is you, and they have done a hands-on training, on the job training. So I'm very proud of that. I can say that to anyone. They're professional. They did their part.
Good.
They earn it.
Good. And the quality
So
and the efficiency, has it gotten better, by the way?
Yes, the quality. We have a lot more compliment feedback from our clients. And like I said, I can highly hold my head up and say we are a professional house cleaners. We're not your maid service, just you just pick up on the street.
That's huge. Other owners have told me that when it comes to networking, that's huge. So let's talk about the field operations manager for a moment, because that's another thing that you said, the one-on-ones and things like that. Why did
Mhm.
you not put this in place until I got to your office? You've been in business for 8 years. You put in a lot of hours. Why have you not done this job before, or put a person in this place before?
You know what? For some reason, nobody ever told me about that.
Oh, oh, okay.
Nobody. I only heard it from you. I promise. I had like 3 coaches. Nobody told me about that.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, then I can see why.
That's the truth.
Okay, so
That's the
then,
truth.
I don't mean for this to be a setup, but are you glad you did it? Do you think it's a valuable position? That was my question. Do you think
It's
that's
very important.
and why?
I told you, nobody told me about that thing too. Like, I always thought, okay, you have a manager. The manager will oversee everybody, talk to them in the office, talk to them in the on the phone where your field employees is out cleaning, right? I never thought that, hey, I will have one person out there looking at the houses, training them new employees, checking checking their job. I never thought of that. I don't. And in all of this ARCSI convention that I've been through, it was never emphasized that, hey, you gotta have that one person in charge of looking of those houses and taking care of your employees. Be an advocate for them. It's very important. That role for me is very important. Having an operation manager, because like I've been fighting with you about advocacy. What do you call them? Advocate, employee advocate.
Advocacy. Yes. Yes. Advocacy. Yes.
I see the importance of that. I appreciate it now. Now that I have Angelica there, I appreciate it because there's a bridge. It's no longer like straight to Gemma. Let's dump everything to her. There's a bridge now. It's not like a door because the door can be closed or locked inside. No, I call it a bridge. It's a bridge that we can both use to reach each other, from the owner to the professional cleaners, from the owner to the professional cleaners, or from the professional cleaners to the owner. There's a bridge that connects us. So for me, it's very important to have that operation manager in between because she is the one that hold each other's hand to make us both connected. You know?
So if it was only you in the office, and I'm sure people are wondering how in the world you're getting your office manager to work 12 hours a day. So we probably need to share with them that both of these people are her daughters and very talented as well. So if it was only you and you were starting out without your daughter's help at all, even when they were little, who would you hire first, an office person or a field operations manager when you had like 7 or 8 employees and you're big enough to hire somebody? I think under that, you're probably not big enough. But when you get to 7 or 8 employees.
I will do the field operation manager because I can, even up to now, I can handle the office anytime. Field operation, I cannot. I would not do that.
Absolutely true. That's
No,
absolutely true.
I would not do that. I would
I
hire
like
someone.
dearly, but I would dump them first. And normally you are you have worked very hard to get to 7 or 8 employees, so you have a somewhat jaded opinion of cleaners. So you need a new, fresh mind in there anyway. And nobody's going to sell your business like you can. So why you would hire somebody to sell your business rather than manage those cleaners, which you've had up to here anyway, is beyond me. So Gemma, can you tell me the 4 biggest changes you feel you've made in the past 3 months? That would be March, April, May.
The biggest one is like I said, operation manager. I think that's the biggest change and the biggest improvement, having Angelica's operation manager. Now I tell you what, like remember I was complaining that, hey, where am I going to get the money to pay for her, right? Yes, in the first couple of months, I am seeing it as wait a minute, it's a big cost. Because I paid her what you want me to pay her, and I did. And I'm doing it. And everything you told me, I did. Okay? Because that's how I am. When I see a value in something, I do not cut corners. I do it. And I did it with Angelica. I give her all the power she needs. I gave her all the things she needs, all the tools that they need so that they can use it. So March and April, I was scared. I was very scared because my bank account is like, woo. But then in May, that's when I start seeing it. Okay, I'm liking it, because I can see that there's something there that is pulling it together now. 2 months wasn't enough. So by the third month, that's when I see it. So the biggest change was Angelica being the operation manager, which is the best thing that I've done this year. Second is we have that reward programs now on the wall. Every morning or in the afternoon, you will see them stop by and look, stare at it, like it changed every minute, They would stare at it. And then the client follow-up that we do also improve. Nicole and Melissa are doing better on that one now, much better. And then another one, which is, the consistent weekly emails that I've done is generating us tremendous improvement. I mean, it's really good. I mean, like today's Tuesday. I already did I can sit all day now because I did my power work already for 3 hours this morning. And that's one of them. I did that, or I have done that already. It's done. I got 3 replies today from those emails.
Wonderful. Okay. Gemma, I'd like to talk for a moment about recruiting because obviously that's the very hot topic these days, recruiting and trying to find enough people, and especially in a city like yours that is not a sanctuary city, which offers you even more challenges. This is Gemma's very attractive office that she purchased, which was a very wise thing she did about a year and a half ago or so. It's a great office. And this is her sign, of course, which you can see on a very busy street, busy. But if you see, I believe I've blown this up. One of the very clever things that Gemma has done, and I want to go ahead and show you this is on her credenza in front of her office, which is great. So tell us a little bit about this. How's that working for you, Gemma?
There's a permanent sign that I put up there, and it works. We had a couple of workers coming from that, stopping by because there's a lot. It's a very busy corners. I mean, it's a very busy corner. So when people see that, they would inquire. They would come and inquire, hey, do you have an opening? Apply for a job. So it helps us. And also, it's just in the community, they see that, we're there as part of our sign. We have a big signage that says Rejoice Maids, and also they see that we are always hiring. So we're providing job for the community. So it helps both ways in the applicant's perspective and also community relations. And I love it.
So let me ask you, have you hired anybody off of it? And how did?
Yes.
And
yes.
Are they still there?
Yes.
Okay.
A couple of them.
So the quality is good.
Yes.
Good. Well, I think it's a very clever use of that sign, hands down. Great location. So this is Gemma's fleet of cars. Gemma, let's talk about company cars for a moment. Not everybody still has them, that's for sure. I would imagine if we did a poll, we'd be looking at about 40% of companies. Key in your success, what do you think?
I love it. I love having my cars. From marketing standpoint, it helps a lot. Credibility standpoint in the community, it helps a lot. And also, like I said, again, as my professional cleaners pulling in the subdivision and client opening their door, they will see our beautiful car and they will see our uniform employees coming in. It brings a lot of credibility, professionalism, and it helps with our marketing.
What about
I love it.
recruiting? Does it help with
Recruiting,
recruiting?
recruiting as well. That's most important because they don't need to drive their own car. We have a couple of employees that used to work for a different industry, but they have to use their own cars to go from places to places. And we lost them before because they thought they were making more money in terms of getting paid to couple more dollars for driving their own car. And then when their car broke down, that's when they realized, I think I'll go back to Gemma because she has her own cars. Yeah, I have a couple of cleaners like that.
What we have here is a picture of Angelica, the new field operations manager. She's been in her position 3 months. What do the ladies think of her? What do they think of this position? Are they happy with her? How's that going? Because she was a peer and now she's a manager.
They're happy with her because they were first in the beginning. They're very they accepted her just because they were with them from the very beginning. I mean, she was with them from the very beginning. Most of our employees are long term, so they've been with her. Angelica has been with me for 3 years. So does her other coworkers. So they know her, they know each other, and they respect her. They know that she's a very amiable person and very open and very understanding of our relationship between employees and her position now. So she's accepted. She was accepted without any transition that creates any friction. There's nothing like that. She was accepted as one of them with a higher position with authority. So it's nice. It's nice that we didn't have to go to a very long transition. It was just like a normal transition from a cleaner to operation manager. They have accepted her and respect her, which is good.
Good. Well, she was easy to work with, very easy. Gemma, I want to talk for just a moment about your company wall chart and employee profit sharing board, because that was one of your 4 biggest changes you said in the last 3 months. This is a picture of your board. I am going to put it in the newsletter so people can blow it up if they want to see it better. But can you go through each category and how you're using this and the value it is that you think it's made in a different, and the value you think it's been to you in the last 3 months? Sorry.
Okay. We put this up in March, beginning of March, and of course we had to do a lot of tweaking and a lot of readjustment for the first month, which is the whole March. We have to keep on fixing it, making it work for our company and for our employees. So we have a Monday to Friday, we have a charge for attendance so that they could earn extra money, which is $20 weekly, every 2 weeks. No, weekly. So that would be $40. And then we have a initial cleaning. They'll get extra $3 when they do initial cleaning. And when that initial cleaning turns into regular bi-weekly or monthly, it doesn't matter, weekly or monthly or bi-weekly, they get extra $20 when that client sign up. So that's $23 already in total. If that client put a feedback, when they do a feedback to them and say, hey, we're going to sign up because they did a very good job, they get another extra $2. So that's like $24 for one client. And then the Google review, which we also implemented that month, is $25 per review. So in that, from March to April or beginning of May, our Google review shoot up to 57 reviews we had. So that really helped.
And what did you have? What did you have when you started?
Not much. Probably 11 or 12.
Okay.
So 56. 12 minus 56 minus 12. So that's a lot. We gain a lot in that 2 months or 3 months. So,
Yes.
right? That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
It's a lot.
especially when you ask a review from client, it's like pulling teeth, you know?
Yeah.
So it's true. It's very hard. So that we have that, and also we do a lot of like extra. It's not even there. Like the weekly raffle, 25. We don't do $50. We do 25. $25 every week. Two people will win on Mondays to wake them up when they're sleepy, coming back from 2 days off. So yeah, but it's not in that wall. That's just in addition to what we have on the wall.
Is that a qualifier though? Like, do they have to have perfect attendance to be in the raffle?
No, show up on Monday and you're good.
Okay. Okay.
Show up on Monday and you're good. But yeah, you just have to be full time. You just have to be full time worker. And
Okay.
they're all full time now, so everybody pretty much is eligible.
Okay. What else? And what has this motivated them? You say they do look at the board every day, and what's the most amount of money that an employee has gotten in a month?
Say that again?
Is it a motivator? Although you do say they look at it every day. And what is the
Yes.
most amount of money that one employee has gotten in a month?
Oh, I went before by March because Illuvia, my heavy heater, was making like $250 like a week for her Google review. Illuvia is laughing it.
So how are you said it's like pulling teeth from the clients? Why is it easier for your cleaners to get Google reviews than it is for the owner to get Google reviews?
Because I feel that it's easier for them asking for a review just because they have connection with them. They see them. They know them. Also, they started using the name badge. You know, they know these are people. These are professional people coming to help me in my home. So when they ask for a review from them, they willingly, happily give it to them. You know,
So the name tags you think the name tags made a difference?
Yes, they know their name. They actually put their name in the review.
Very
It
good.
made them human. It made them human and people, professionals. They're there, so it helps a lot. Those are small, minor detail, but it's really big if you look at it in different angles.
Good. Very good. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, Gemma, any final thoughts that you want to share with your audience about the last 3 months, your experience? Because I'm thinking your office might be a little different today than it was in March.
Like I said, the first couple of months were scary. Yes, I admit to that. Very stressful. Yes. Expensive. Yes. but as I mentioned earlier, you have to spend money and you have to put everything in order for you to gain something in return. And you have to put your trust in what you're trying to do. It's not like a miracle that it will happen one day. You have to be patient and you will most of, like for me, I did not appreciate it in the beginning because I didn't see the value very much. I know from the get-go that there's something that I'm going to get from this, but I didn't realize that it was much bigger. The return that I'm gonna receive is much bigger. I did not realize that until May, so it took a while, and it took a lot of soul searching and a lot of weighing in what is it that is best for me, and just opening your eyes and be accepting of the things that you want to do in the future. And this is it. This is the future. For people out there that have been done this, it's it's really really it's like you asked me before if it is a game changer, right? It is. It is. But you need, like I said, you need to really follow or give your employees the tools that they need. And that is what Sharon gave me. She gave it to me, and I gave it to my employees. It's not going to work if Sharon will tell you this and you don't do it, and you blame her. She didn't do anything for me. It's not going to work. It doesn't work like that. If she tells you to do this, this is because she wants you to succeed, and that is the best thing that you could do is follow what she say, and just wait and see for yourself. You know, it'll take a long time maybe, but I can see it now. I can see that it's a game changer for me. Especially just the word professional cleaners to my employees. It's a big deal. The change of heart coming from me, it has to start with you as the business owner, with me. It has to, it came through me first. And then now, my employees, I refer to them as professional cleaners. That is one of the game changer. You see, it really, really is important. I mean, you're going to fight with Sharon, and I did. But the best thing you're going to spend with your money, that's what I want to say to you. Best thing you spend your money. I know I heard a lot of people, that's a lot of money, that's not worth it. Yes, it is. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth every penny I spent. And it was really scary. But I doubled that now. So we're good.
Well, Gemma, I have to say, so I was there when? Oh, February, Valentine's Day I was there. Yeah, because we went out with RJ. So you're talking March, April, May, June. I mean, maybe 100 days, and you were nervous. Oh my gosh. I would say if you got your money back in 90 days, you owe me more money. So really, the patience level, and the only reason I say that is the patience level of owners is very narrow. And we need to remember that even with our cleaners, because I've only been gone for 4 months, and you need to keep in mind that the new statistic I have for habits that are created that stay in place is 254 days, not the 17 days I was teaching in the old days. So you still have a long road to keep on. But if you stay on that road, that $1 million will be blown away, because look at this, sales are up 25%. That's huge. That's huge. Mm-hmm. And how about the net profit? That's falling into place again too, the way you wanted it.
The what?
The net profit, is that falling into place again too?
Like I said, I'm getting it back now. I'm happy because we're efficient and we're cleaning less houses. We make more money.
Good.
Which is I like.
So you just got back from London. What a wonderful trip you went on. Did you find your office in better condition than when you've taken trips in the past, since you had these managers truly in place, or was it still havoc?
They are more confident when I left them this time around. I do this every year. I go away every year for 2 weeks, and they're more confident just because they have Angelica taking care of the other side of the business, the employees. Melissa and Nicole can just concentrate on the admin admin side of the business. So they're more confident, and that was in May when I left. That's when they made the record-breaking sales.
Yay! That's a sign of a good manager, a good leader. That's a sign. If they do better when you're gone than when you're there, that's a sign of a very good leader. So let me ask you this. Were you more confident going to London this time than you normally are going on vacation?
I'll say that again.
Were you more confident walking out the door for 2 weeks than you normally are when you go on vacation?
Yes. More confident, yes. More at peace, yes. even before when I go on vacation, I put my phone away, but this time, really, I did not touch my phone for 2 weeks.
Very good. Very good. I'm very
I,
proud of you. I'm
yeah,
very proud of you. That's wonderful.
yeah,
That means they can do it without you, and that's a
yeah,
stand. Means you're self-sustaining and ready to sell. That's very good,
yeah,
Gemma. No, okay. Well,
yeah.
I thank you so very much for your time. I thank you for allowing me to come in your home, in your office. It was just great. Um, and again, I hope we see you again on another webinar. And I'm sure I'm going to put your name in the newsletter and your contact information. I assume you would be open to answering any questions.
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. If you have new clients that needs, have questions with our day-to-day operation with, cleaning owners like us, be happy to, talk to them.
Perfect. Thank you. And we will see you at convention
Yes,
in
ma'am. We'll be
Dallas.
there.